Both Cory Sandhagen and Deiveson Figueiredo made weight, and tomorrow's main event at UFC Des Moines is official.
Official weight 135.5 for Cory Sandhagen. Okay. Official weight 135 pounds for Deiveson Figueiredo.
The co-main event is also official. Both Bo Nickel and Reiner de Ridder also made weight.
$185.5, the official weight for Bo Nickel. $185.5, the official weight for Reiner de Ridder.
The rematch between Merab and Sean O'Malley is set to go down at UFC 316 on June 7th. Today, O'Malley posted footage of him surprising his dad by asking him to be in his corner for the fight.
Yeah. That's not gonna make it too nervous. No, I'm not even nervous. Are you though? No. I've been a lot more calm. 50th.
Ian Garry is ready to serve as the backup fighter for Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. He posted footage of himself looking like he's recovered from his 5-round fight against Carlos Prates last weekend. In the caption, he wrote, "Canada, here I come."
It's Wednesday the 30th of April, so we're what, 4 days after the fight? Yeah. It's only 4 days after the scrap. We're basically brand new. Brand new, ready to go, we're ready to rock up to Canada and go, what's up? Who's ready? Who's ready to rock and roll? Me, you're looking at me. Got a little bit of bruising on the foot. That's alright. Scared from shooting a bit, that's alright. Little crotch sniffer. And then yeah, just moving. Trying to get these bricks back in order because they are decision machines right now.
Daniel Cormier believes there's a double standard in MMA when it comes to fans calling for Islam Makhachev to be stripped of his lightweight title if he moves up to welterweight. DC points out that Islam has defended his title multiple times in recent years, while John Jones has only fought once since becoming the heavyweight champion and has not been stripped.
You're holding on to the belt, not really doing anything, so it's odd. But you know what's annoying to me is Islam Makhachev has said, I don't want to really fight Ilia Topuria because he's a 45-pounder, and I've done that. Give me somebody else. People are like, take the belt off of him. He should be stripped. I've seen reports, and I don't know that these are true, where they're like, it's either strip or defend for Makhachev. Why? Why? He has fought in the last 2 years. He fought Volk, he fought Dustin, he fought Volk again, he fought against what's the guy's name that just what's that guy's name?
You'll get it. You'll come up with it.
Right? He fought them all. Like, he fought 4 times in the amount of times that the heavyweight champ fought once.
Many fans have been speculating that Robbie Lawler may return to the UFC due to the fact that he's still in the UFC's anti-doping testing pool. Robbie retired after his first-round KO win over Nico Price back in July of 2023. He recently appeared on the Pound for Pound podcast and addressed still being in the testing pool. He went on to say all that is like they tested me at a time where there was a whole bunch of people at the gym. So it went out there like, oh, it looks like Robbie got tested. I'm like, yeah, but I got tested months ago too. Months before that. Yeah, I'm still there getting tested, but I'm retired. I am in the pool. On his retirement, Robbie continued, it was all on me. No one can tell me what to do. It's just how I am. It was just like no one can tell me. I have to frickin' decide. Don't nudge me in any direction because I'm going to fight it. But it was hard to coach, recover from training, just a lot of work. And it was like, do I want to keep doing this? The recovery, it's hard to recover. Can I still do it? Yeah, I can still do it. But do I want to be selfish? Really? Because that's what it is. It's selfish. Aljamain Sterling thinks Deiveson Figueiredo may struggle with Cory Sandhagen's size in their fight tomorrow. Aljo ultimately picks Sandhagen to win.
I think at the end of the day, it's just when he gets to these guys who are bigger, and Piotr not a big dude, but he ran into Piotr. Now he's running into Sandhagen, And I think Sandhagen being a much bigger guy with the height, the reach advantage, I think it's gonna be a very tough situation for him to to have success. But if he could land one of those knockout punches, man, I mean, he could hurt Sandman and take advantage of his grappling. But I think Cory has done a good job of adding wrestling to his game, controlling on top, some good damage. But yeah, I think this is it's an interesting fight. I'm not really sure which way to go. Actually, I am. I think Sandhagen should be the one to kind of get the job done on this one. I think it's a very winnable fight for him. Whether or not that actually happens, I mean, it is what it is. But I think this is a very winnable fight. He's got great movements. Figgy tends to stand in place, very trying to be this karate guy and sitting on his power. We saw this with Prates versus Ian Garry, a guy with good footwork who moves around you. It's kind of a nightmare because you're chasing this guy around, never getting a chance to set your feet and land those power shots because the guy's never there to fully absorb the impact. And I think that's going to be the difference in this fight, the footwork and the kicking game of Sandhagen. And the switch dancing. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult fight for Figgy to figure out. The only thing I worry about with Sandhagen is he tends to get tired in those rounds 4 and 5. The same thing with Umar, same thing with Petr Yan, even though the Petr Yan interim bout was a short notice fight. And his fight with Song Yadong, he looked like he got tired towards the end, but that cut that he landed on Song Yadong or created on Song Yadong was able to save him with the doctor stoppage. Because other than that, it looked like he was slowing down and Song was starting to have more success and getting to him little by little. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at this fight. But I do think overall on paper, Cory Sandhagen should get the job done.
Ahead of his fight against Deiveson Figueiredo, Cory Sandhagen reflects on his recent loss to Umar Nurmagomedov. He admitted that frustration crept in during the fight, leading to costly mistakes that ultimately contributed to the defeat. Now focused and motivated, Sandhagen is aiming to take care of business this weekend against Figueiredo and then set his sights on a bantamweight title shot.
Yeah, I feel great. These things are always really intense, so I'm excited for it, and yeah, I can't wait to kick some on Saturday. Yeah, some big ones. I learned that I could wrestle with the best of them, so that's a positive. On the negative end, I think that I just gotta let fights develop a little bit better and not get as frustrated. I felt like I got a little frustrated in there, and it just caused me to make silly mistakes and just go, and then they kind of snowballed a little bit because in an MMA fight, if you lose 1 or 2 rounds, it's like, oh, I got to win the rest of these, you know what I mean? And then, but yeah, learned a lot, definitely gained some confidence in some areas. And then I try to just juice out the losses with as much good stuff as I can. I'm kind of in this for the long run. I have 2 goals. It's to be a world champion and then also to be the best martial artist that I can before I age out. And yeah, one of those is unachievable. But winning the world title certainly is. But yeah, I don't really think like that. I think like, okay, I just got to get better and better and better and better all the time. So.
Deiveson Figueiredo says he's ready for the versatility that Cory Sandhagen brings. He says that Sandhagen likes to run around in the octagon when he fights, but he's prepared for that and plans to counter with aggression. Figgy believes a win over Sandhagen will put him next in line for a title shot and says he believes Merab will defeat Sean O'Malley in their rematch.
Cory's a guy who's very versatile, works really hard, and I think he's I trained not to be surprised by anything that comes, so I trained a lot to be ready for the versatility they bring into the octagon, and also to be very aggressive against him, and that's how we beat him. So we did everything not to be surprised by any of his moves, to be very aggressive all the time and to go at him, and Cory's a guy that loves a marathon. He loves to run around in the octagon. So we train for that.
Bom,
And this is a division that the top 5 is very deep. And I think they're great fighters, experienced fighters, high level fighters. And I think that anybody can have a title shot. And I think that with this win against Cory on Saturday, I think it puts me in line for a title shot. And that's what I believe I should have a chance to go for the title. As far as the title fight between Merab and Sean, I think I see Merab winning because I see it's just a bad matchup. I think that Merab is a very bad matchup for Sean, so I think that Merab wins.
Johnny Walker recently reflected on his 2 fights with Magomed Ankalaev. The pair first met in October 2023, but the fight was ruled a no contest after Ankalaev landed an illegal knee. They ran it back in January 2024, where Ankalaev secured a second-round knockout victory. Walker gave credit to Ankalaev for his high-level striking and admits that a simple mistake on his part led to the knockout.
Yeah, I was watching very attentive for the fight when it happened, and Ankalaev is just very, very technical. You know, this is high level. He's been training for a long time, and he was good. You know, when I fought him twice. My second fight, I beat him in the first round because you have to go put pressure on him. No, but I wasn't on the level to beat him yet because I lost. Right, one little mistake. He's so good that one little mistake, I stepped wrong on the kick. I should kick and bring my foot back and stay in my stance. Because with my stance, he couldn't touch me. I was beating him, I was safe. He never landed nothing good. But when I kick and make one little mistake, put my foot on the front,
stayed more square.
He grabbed me, punch, and knocked me out. Like one little mistake on that level that I'm telling you, like Ankalaev is a
that
champion level, no?
Yes.
And one little mistake can change the fight. So this one I'm telling you, like you can knock a lot of guys outside of the rankings, but when you get there, you need to bring everything together to fight that guy. It's a fight of your life, you know?
Right.
And Ankalaev against Pereira was 2 very high level strikers, you know? And then you don't want to expect one gonna knock the other out like quickly, you know?
Many fans have been wondering whether or not Jon Jones will ever eventually fight Tom Aspinall, or fight again, period. Today, Jon seems to have confirmed that he fully intends on competing again. He posted this to his Instagram. In the caption he wrote, "Now as you could see, still haven't framed or hung the Stipe fight yet. Been moving a million miles an hour lately, but there's one last perfect spot left on my wall of victory. And looking at this wall, it really hits me. This isn't just artwork, it's legacy. Every poster tells a story. Different chapters, different homes, different battles, wins that meant the world at the time, fights that made history. I've said it before, my career hasn't been perfect, but it's been undeniably legendary, epic, special. Just a few words that come to mind. Legend after legend, era after era. What I'm most proud of? I'm evolved. I'm so much more than just a fighter. I'm a man growing stronger in my faith, a family man, a loyal brother to my team, a businessman, a leader, a man for my community, and I know without a doubt, my mother would be proud of the man I've become. The wall's almost filled, but trust me, the story's still being written. The best is yet to come." Ilia Topuria has announced that he will be fighting at UFC 317 on June 28th. However, we still do not know the opponent.
Me gustaría agradecerle a la comunidad de Madrid y a su presidenta por este reconocimiento, por la Gran Cruz de la Orden de 2 de mayo. Lo siento muchísimo por no poder estar ahí con vosotros, pero tengo la preparación por delante. Espero volver a haceros felices a todos el día 28 de junio. Pásenlo en grande.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. These comments are in reference to the 100 men versus 1 gorilla debate, and Merab Dvalishvili saying that he could take on 1 gorilla by himself by using an inside trip. The first one says 600 pounds, maybe inside trip, is objectively hilarious. The second one's from Bertle McGirdle. It says you'll get 100 men to fight a gorilla before you get Jon Jones to fight Tom Aspinall. And the final one's from Whistling is Never Enough. It says 100 lines of cocaine versus 1 Conor. Precision beats power, timing beats speed, cocaine beats sleep. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.